Equation of chord bisected at a given point. This is the circle and this is the chord. Then we have to find the equation of the chord by using, if you know the midpoint of the chord. So if you know the midpoint Px1, y1, then what is the equation of the chord? So to find the equation of the chord, we know from the center to this point, always perpendicular. So to find the equation of the chord, suppose if you take AB, to find the equation of AB, first we find the given point P x1 y1. If you know the midpoint of the chord, then what is the slope of CP? And given circle is S equals to 0, that is x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 3fy plus c equals to 0. This is the circle equation. So for this center is minus b minus f. So and the point is x1 y1. So slope of CP is a y1 plus f by x1 plus g. So y1 plus f by x1 plus g. This is slope of CP. So what is slope of chord? Slope of chord AB is perpendicular slope. So minus of x1 plus b by y1 plus f. So now the equation of the chord is nothing but passing through the point x1 y1 and slope. So y minus y1 equals to slope is minus of x1 plus b by y1 plus f into x minus x1. So by time cross multiplication, y minus y1 into y1 plus f equals to minus of x1 plus b into x minus x1. So by time cross multiplication, you will get y1 plus fy minus y1 square. Already we did in place of equation like the same procedure, minus fy1 equals to minus xx1 minus minus plus x1 square plus minus gx plus gx1. Take xx1 and minus gx to left side so that you will get xx1 plus yy1 plus dx plus fy equals to x1 square plus y1 square plus dx1 plus fy1. Then add dx1 plus fy1 plus c on both sides. So that you will get right left side is xx1 plus yy1. Dx plus dx1 is g into x plus x1 plus f into y plus y1 plus c equals to right side you get x1 square plus y1 square plus 2gx1 plus 2fy1 plus c. Left side is nothing but s1. Now this is s1. Same procedure we did in equation of the tangent, but in equation of the tangent, point x1 lies on the circle, so s11 value 0. So equation of tangent we have taken as s1 equal to 0. But here we don't have get s11 equals to 0 because this is the point inside. Of course, it is less than 0. So this is the equation of the chord bisected at a given point. S1 equals to S1. Next, pair of tangents. Already we discussed from an external point. So from an external point, we can draw two tangents. So we know how to find the tangent equation at a point on the circle, but we are finding here from external point. And of course, we are finding at a time now, we are finding pair of equations. So you will get second degree equation that is nothing but a pair of lines. So to find the equation of pair of tangents, PA into PB, line equation, direct equation. So for the circle S equals to 0, equation of pair of tangents is S into S11 equals to S1 whole square. S into S11 equals to S1 square. This is the equation of the pair of tangents. So at a time, we will get called equation of PA into equation of PB. That's a pair of lines we will get. So pair of tangents is S into S11 equals to S1 square. Otherwise, we can use the slope M. Slope U, M you take it and applying R equal to D conditions, you will get slopes and finding line equations too. And taking the product also, you can find the equation of pair of tangents. Otherwise, direct equation, this is S into S11 equals to S1 square. Next, direct or circle. Direct or circle means locus of point of intersection of a perpendicular tangent. Locus of point of intersection of perpendicular tangents is called locus of point of intersection of perpendicular tangents is a circle. So that circle is nothing but direct or circle. So for the circle S equal to 0, you have to find the direct or circle. So to find the direct or circle, so if you find the locus of perpendicular tangents, like this is 90 degrees, then the locus of this point h comma k is if you find this locus of this point, that point is a director circle, is a circle, and that circle is nothing but a director circle. So to find the director circle, so this is also 90 degrees and this is also 90 degrees. So this is also 90 degrees. So center. Suppose the circle S equals to 0, if you take it as a standard circle x square plus y square equals to r square. Then what is the locus of this point? The center is here origin. Center is origin. And this point, if you take A, B. So to find this locus, In triangle, this is the center, you take it as O. So in triangle PAO or OAP, triangle OAP. So this is 45, bisect by, so the 45 and 45. So cos 45 equals to, directly you can take better tan 45. You know the formula R by root S11. Tan 45 value 1. So root S11 equals to R. So squaring on both sides, S11 equals to R square. And we know S1 square. S11 for the circle x square plus y square equal to R square. Substituting the point x, h comma k. So h square plus k square minus R square is S11 equals to R square. So, this implies h square plus k square equals to 2R square. So the locus of the point h comma k is, by substituting h comma k by x comma y, x square plus y square equals to 2R square. 2R square you can write 2R, 2 to 2R whole square. So this is also, locus is also a circle, and also of course it is a concentric circle with same center, but radius is, what is the radius of the directed circle? 2 to 2 times the circle. 2 to 2 times the radius of the first circle. So this is the director circle. Center is the director circle is a concentric circle with same center, but radius is root 2 times the radius of the first circle. Means this point lies in a circle like this, you will get root 2 times its radius for the first circle. So this circle is called director circle. And suppose the circle is here, the circle we have taken x square plus y square equal to r square. Like this, if you apply for the general equation of a circle, x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equals to 0. For this circle, center is minus b minus f, and the radius is root g square plus f square minus c. So for this circle also, you have to take same center, but with the radius is root 2 times its circle. So circle equation you will get x plus b whole square plus y plus f whole square equals to root 2 times. So root 2 into e square plus f square minus c. This is radius whole square. So this is the director circle of the circle, general equation of this circle, x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equals 0. To find the director circle, just you have to take the same center, and the radius is root 2 times. For example, the circle equation is x square plus y square minus 6x plus 4y equals to 12. For this circle, find the director circle. So to write the director circle, first we have to write the center of the circle is 3 comma minus 2, and radius is 3 square plus 2 square minus 12, minus 1 minus plus 12, so this is 5. So the equation of director circle is center is same, but radius is root 2 times. So x minus 3 whole square plus y minus 1 minus 2y plus 2 whole square equals to root 2 times the radius of the circle is 5. So root 2 5 whole square. So this is the director circle. By simplifying, you will get x square plus y square minus 6x plus 4y, and 9 plus 4, 13 minus 50. 13 minus 50 is minus 37 equals to 0. So like this, you will find the director circle. Director circle means it is a concentric circle with same center, but radius is root 2 times the radius of the given circle. Like this, we find the director circle. Director circle is nothing but the point of intersection of perpendicular tangents. So if you find the perpendicular tangents locus, all points lie on a circle, that circle is called director circle. Next, different cases of two circles. So suppose if you take two circles S equal to 0 and S dash equal to 0, two circles, then the position of the two circles in different cases we will see. First one, the two circles may far away means neither intersecting nor touching. Then what is the condition? Suppose the first center is C1 and the second circle center is C2. C1, C2 centers and with radius R1, R2. Then how you find the position of the two circles? To find the position of these two circles, first you have to find the distance from center, that is C1, C2. C1, C2 we denoted with radius D, with the distance D. And by comparing radius R1 and R2, in this case what we get? C1, C2 is greater than R1 plus R2. So if C1, C2 is greater than R1 plus R2, means C1, C2 means distance from the two circles, centers of the two circles. C1, C2 is greater than radius, sum of the radii, R1 plus R2. In this case, the two circles neither intersect nor touch each other. So in this case, how many common tangents we will get? In this case, we will get four common tangents. Like this, we will get four common tangents. So four common tangents here for this one and this one, the two circles are on the same side. So these two tangents are called direct common tangents. Direct common tangents means the two circles lie the same side of the tangent, then the tangent is called the direct common tangent. So this is also direct common tangent. And next, two transverse tangents means the two circles lie opposite side. On the opposite side of the tangent, then the tangent is called a transverse common tangent. So in this case, total four common tangents we will get. One is two direct common tangents and two transverse common tangents. Next, second one. Suppose the two circles touch externally. Then C1, C2 is nothing but R1 plus R2. So if C1, C2 equals to R1 plus R2, then the two circles touch externally. So in this case, you will get three common tangents, two direct and one transverse. So in this case, we will get three common tangents. So two direct and one transverse common tangent. So condition for two circle touch externally means C1, C2 equals to R1 plus R2. Next, the third case, suppose the two circles intersect each other, then what is the condition? Same, you have to find the distance from center to two centers, C1, C2, and by comparing R1, R2, suppose if difference is less than mod C1, C2 or C1, C2 distance is less than R1 plus R2. So then in this case, the two circles intersect at two distinct points. And in this position, only we will get a two direct common tangent, no transverse common tangent. So in this case, the number of common tangents is only two. And the condition to the two circles intersect is R1 minus R2 difference. Mod R1 minus R2 is less than C1, C2 is less than R1 plus R2. Next, suppose the two circles touch internally. So then C1, C2 is equals to mod R1 minus R2. Mod R1 minus R2 equals to C1, C2. Then the two circles touch internally. And in this case, only one common tangent we get, that is direct common tangent. Only one. So in this case, number of common tangents is only one. And the condition for mod R1 minus R2 equals to C1, C2. So in this case, two circles touch internally. And last fifth position, suppose one circle entirely lies on the other. So in this case, what is the condition? If C1, C2 is less than mod R1 minus R2, then the one circle, the big circle, the small circle entirely lies in the big circle. So in this number of common tangents are zero. So first one circle is far away from the other means condition is C1, C2 is greater than R1 plus R2, and in this case, two circles neither intersect nor touching. And if here the two direct common tangents and the two transverse common tangents. Next, in case of C1, C2 equals to R1 plus R2, then the two circles touch externally. And here in the number of common tangents is the three, two direct common tangent and one transverse common tangent. So in this next C1, if C1, C2 lies between R1 minus R2 difference and R1 plus R2, then the two intersect at two distinct points. So then the two circles intersect at two distinct points, and number of common tangents is two, and the two are direct common tangents only. Next, touch internally means C1, C2 equals to no difference R1 minus R2, mod R1 minus R2. In this case, only one common tangent we will get, that is direct common tangent. Next, C1, C2 is less than mod R1 minus R2, then one circle lies entirely in the other. So in this case, the number of common tangent is zero. Next, next definition, point of intersection of direct common tangents. Point of intersection of direct common tangents is called external center of similitude. Suppose in any position you take or intersecting or one is far away from other, and we will get two direct common tangents. Those two intersect at a single point. This point is called external center of similitude. And to find this external center of similitude, this point divides the line joining C1 and C2 in the ratio R1 is to R2 externally. And we know for the two given circle, to find this external center of similitude, you know the center of two circles C1, C2, and radii we can find R1, R2. So this point external center of similitude divides this line joining C1 and C2 in the ratio R1 is to R2 externally. By using section formula, you can find this point. Next definition is the internal center of similitude, that is the point of intersection of transverse common tangents. Is called internal center of similitude. So for this position here we have two transverse common tangents. This point of intersection is called internal center of similitude. This one also same, it divides the line segment joining C1, C2 in the ratio R1 is to R2 internally. So same, so by using section formula you can find internal center of similitude in the ratio R1 is to R2. Because we know centers and R1, R2, you can use section formula to find this internal center of similitude. And to find the direct common tangents and transfer common tangents, you can use internal center of similitude and R equal to D condition. So to find this equation of tangents, first we find this point. By using R1 is to R2, we get this point, and after that we apply the tangent equation. By taking the slope m, we will get one equation, and by equating R equal to D, we will get m values. So two m values is two tangents. And in case of internal center of similitude, to find the transverse common tangents, we have to find this point. First, you have to find internal center of similitude. And after finding this point, you have to say take slope m and apply R equal to D condition so that we get two values of m, and so that two transverse common tangents we will get it. Next, angle between two intersecting circles. Angle between two intersecting circles is nothing but angle between the tangents. The angle between the tangents at the intersecting point. Not only in circles, we define any curve. Angle between the two curves is nothing but angle between the tangents at the point of intersection. Consider two intersecting circles. So angle between the two tangents is nothing but angle between the circles. So to find angle between the circle, we use cosine rule R1, R2, and angle is theta. So in triangle OS, suppose the point is P, PC1, C2. So cos theta equals to, by using cosine rule, r1 square plus r2 square minus d square by 2 r1 r2, and this is nothing but distance between the two centers, d equals to c1 c2. So by using this, we can find angle between the two circles. Cos theta equals to r1 square plus r2 square minus d square. D is the distance between the two centers, and by 2 r1 r2. By using this, we can find the angle between the two circles. Suppose if the angle between the two circles is 90 degrees, then the two circles are said to be orthogonal circles. Orthogonal circles means theta is equals to 90 degrees. Angle between the two circles is 90 degrees, then the two circles are said to be orthogonal circles. So the condition is cos 90 is 0. So r1 square plus r2 square equals to c1 c2 whole square. This is the condition for orthogonal circles. And suppose if you take the circles in general form, x square plus y square plus 2b x1, sorry, 2b1x plus 2f1y plus c1 equal to 0, one circle. And the second cycle is x square plus y square plus 2g2x plus 2f2y plus c2 equal to 0. Then what is the circles? Then apply this condition r1 square. So g1 square plus f1 square minus c. And similarly g2 square plus f2 square minus c equals to c1 c2 whole square. g1 minus g2. So g1 centers are minus g1 minus f1 and minus g2 minus f2. So you will get g1 minus g2 whole square plus f1 minus f2 whole square. So by simplifying g1 square f1 square, g2 square f2 square we cancel. So here you will get minus 2 g1 g2 minus 2 f1 f2 equals to minus c minus c minus 2. So remaining terms will cancel. And by cancelling minus, sorry, this is c1 and this is c2. So minus c1 minus c2. So minus c1 minus c. So by removing minus, you will get g1 or g 2g 2g1 g2 plus 2f1 f2 equals to c1 plus c2. This is the condition. Or usually we use the condition. We take the circles as, suppose first circle as x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equal to 0. And the circle, second circle, if you take it as x square plus y square plus 2g1x plus 2f1y plus c equal to 0. C dash equal to 0 or c1 equals to 0. So both the circles are orthogonal circles means 2g1 g2 means 2g1 plus 2f1 equals to c plus c1. This is the condition for two circles, two intersect circles orthogonally. Next one, radical axis. Radical axis means radical axis of two circles is the locus of point which moves such that the length of the tangents drawn from its drawn from it to the two circles are equal. So it is the radical axis is the locus of a point which moves such that the length of the tangents, the length of the tangents drawn from this point to two circles are equal. Suppose we take two circles. So from any point P x1 y1, from external point if you take two tangents for one to each PA and PB. So like this, if you collect all points which are equidistant, equal length of the tangent, then the locus is called. If all these points lie on a line, that line is called radical line or radical axis. So locus of this point, which moves such that it's a distance from this point. If you draw tangent to one circle, the length of the tangent is same. This PA length and PB length are equal. So that circle is that locus of this point is called radical axis. So for the circle S equals to 0 means x square plus y square plus 2bx plus 2fy plus c equals to 0. And suppose we take the second circle S dash as x square plus y square plus 2g1x plus 2f1y plus c1 equal to 0. So if you take any point P x1, y1 or h comma k, the length of the tangent is equal from first circle to second circle. What is the length of the tangent? Root s11. So root s11 equals to root s dash 11. So implies s11 equals to s dash 11. So substituting this point in the first circle gives h square plus k square plus 2gh plus 2f plus c equals to second one h square plus k square plus 2g1h 2f1k plus c1. H square k square h square k square will cancel. So if you take the h and k and so on 2f1k. So to take if you take the left side, what do you get? 2g h means 2h g1 or g minus g1 plus 2f 2k into f minus f1 equals to c, or if you take the left side c plus c1 equals to 0. So in place of h comma k, if you write x comma y, you will get 2x into g minus g1 and 2 into f minus f1 into y plus c minus c1 equals to 0. So this is the locus of the given point, equating the length of the tangents are equal with that distance. So this is nothing but radical axis. Or simply you can take the radical axis is nothing but difference of two circles by equating x square and y square coefficients the same. S minus s dash equal to 0. So by subtracting one circle from the other, you will get one line equation. That line equation is nothing but a radical axis. And the properties of radical axis is the first property. Radical axis is perpendicular to the line segment joining the centers. So C1, C2. So this is radical axis. From this point, if you take any tangent from this point to this circle and this circle, both are equal length. So from this line is always perpendicular to line segment joining the centers. So first property is radical axis is perpendicular to line joining the centers of given circle. So radical axis is perpendicular to the line joining the centers of the two circles, and radical axis bisects the common tangents of the two circles. Suppose even if you take for direct common tangent, radical axis bisect. And similarly, transfer axis also it will bisect. This one are equal. So like this, second point is radical axis bisects the common tangents of the two circles. Next, in case of touching internally or externally, common tangent is nothing but radical axis. Next, in case of intersecting circles, radical axis is nothing but common chord. Common chord only nothing but radical axis. In case of intersecting circles. Next, radical center. Suppose if you take three circles, so for this two circles, this is the radical axis, and for these two circles, this is radical axis, and similarly for these two circles, radical axis is this one. So the radical axis of three circles, S1 equal to 0, S2 equal to 0, and S3 equal to 0, they meet at a single point. That point is called radical center. Okay, the coordinates of the radical center can be finding, and to find the radical center, you have to consider the radical axis of suppose the circles are S1 equal to 0, S2 equal to 0, and S3 equal to 0. Radical axis of the first two circles is S1 minus S2 equal to 0, one radical axis. And similarly, radical axis of two remaining any two circles. You can take S2 minus S3 equal to 0. So you will get two lines. So by solving these two, you will get one point of intersection. The point of intersection is nothing but radical center. So to find the radical center, you have to consider two radical axes of any two of three circles, and you have to solve it so that you will get a radical center. From this radical center, you will get, if you take any tangent and length of the tangents for three circles is 10. The distance from this radical center to length of the tangent is same for all three circles. Next,